Hello, everyone. Here we have Rennie, who is the Director of the Facility Operations at the Langley Event Center. So, Jamie, let's talk about a little bit about workplace communication. What do you think this is an important skill?
I think there's probably three different reasons why I feel it's an important skill. One, that you're able to maintain efficiencies when staff are communicating and asking other staff to maybe take on a project or perform a particular task. If you have to continue to repeat yourself, then it can take longer to get the job done or the job not being done at all. I also think that when training new staff, it's very important to communicate well, making sure that they understand your culture, making sure they understand the expectations, making sure that they're set up to succeed and attain the goals that they want to attain as well as what the facility wants to attain. And thirdly, we want to maintain the culture. Good communication helps maintain the culture from the start of staff person come to the facility. Want to make sure that they understand clearly what the expectations are and that it's a team approach to attaining that culture and maintaining that culture.
That's a very good point. Well, what should the new recreation professional be aware of when it comes to communication in the workplace? Is there a common mistake that new employee makes early in their careers?
I think it's very important for them to understand the culture and what is acceptable and what is not. In some settings, it may be okay to stop into a manager's office, and in other occasions, it might be important that they make an appointment. I think a common mistake is that new employees or employees just in general don't ask questions. They don't try to get clarification on that communication that's been given to them. They need to ask questions. They need to make sure they understand it so that they can succeed in what they're trying to do.
Just to show the importance of communication, do you have any workplace communication breakdown stories that you can share with us?
I think one that's very clear in my head and most recent was a little bit of a communication breakdown between a contractor we had in the facility and one of our staff. And the contractor had been asked, was doing some work in our refrigeration plant area, and had asked the staff person to put the fire alarm system on test. It wasn't really required. It was really just the ammonia system that had to be put on test. But there was a real communication breakdown because our staff didn't ask more questions for clarification from the contractor to be able to perform his job properly. And that's another form of communication that sometimes we don't even have control over because we have many contractors that come to the building. We just take it for granted they're going to communicate to our staff effectively and clearly and in order to get things done.
Mm-hmm. That's sound like a very handful situation there. Yeah. So we're just going to switch up gear. We know that it is very easy to be behind with messages. How do you manage your inbox, your voicemail? Do you have any time management tips or tricks to share?
Yeah, that one can be a real challenge at times. It seems like when you step out of the office for 5 minutes, you've got another 10 or 15 emails. I try to go through them, obviously, every day, go through the emails every day and try to prioritize which ones I need to get back to someone, which ones have a time sensitivity to them. And same with phone messages. In fact, phone messages I probably would take care of earlier than the emails. Try to get back to people within about 24 hours. And then emails probably within about 48 hours. Even if I have to put them on hold for getting them the exact answer they want, I try to get back to them to let them know I did get the email, I am working on it, and we'll get to it. I also try to, at the beginning of a week, like on a Monday morning or even a Sunday night, look at my appointments and my meetings for the week so that I can try to prioritize what's going to be done and what needs to get done and what tasks, whether it's email or phone messages, I need to get back to people.
Great. How would you suggest a new professional to the recreation field practice and improve their workplace communication skills?
Well, I think one, they have to be open to constructive criticism. I think they have to understand that if they're coming right from college or from another profession, that there might be different ways of doing things when they get into the workplace here in the recreation field. And just be open to constructive criticism. Be open to your supervisor, your manager, giving you some tips and tricks or some comments for you to hopefully better yourself as a professional. I think also don't come in thinking that you know it all. There's many people in the field that can help you and want to help you. Come in with an open mind, You're going to have some fresh ideas right out of school and from what the various instructors have taught, but just have an open mind and don't come in with an attitude that, because you're right out of school that you know everything. I think thirdly is don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid that people are going to fault you just because you've finished your 2-year diploma or your 4-year degree. Don't think that people are going to assume that you don't know what you're talking about because you've come from just right out of school. Don't be afraid to ask those questions, get clarity, get a better understanding so that you yourself can succeed and that your team you're working with is happy.
As you know, the title of this course is Professionalism in Recreation Management. Do you have any final words of wisdom regarding professionalism for our future recreation managers?
Well, definitely be prepared. Your schooling has prepared you for one stage of your life going into the recreation field, but make sure that you're prepared for what you're getting into. Make sure you understand where you're going and make sure you set some of your own personal goals. Also, carry yourself with respect. Be conscious of how you're carrying yourself in the workplace. And you never know who's watching. You never know if you're at a conference, who's watching you, a potential employer, a colleague. Make sure you're carrying yourself with respect all the time at workshops, conferences, in class, and also just your day-to-day work. And I think you'll come out okay.
Thank you. Again, this is Rennie, the Director of Facility Operations at the Langley Event Center.